Good evening. Welcome back to the online platform Sambhashane, being organized by our esteemed Samprabha group. And this is the third episode. We had a wonderful first two episodes, which was chaired by none other than the cyber law expert, Dr. Novi. Today, we have one of our illustrious colleague, Mr. P.S. Vara Prasad, who is a multi-talented personality, both academically and being a faculty member in NASIN and otherwise also. He has got a lot of hobbies. And the children of these days may not be knowing about philately, that is collection of stamps, and numismatism, that is collection of coins of different countries, and ornithology, watching birds. So like this, our today's guest speaker, Mr. P.S. Vara Prasad, is an expert in all these things. And academically, he has joined this department in 1994. This is the 32nd year. He's completed 31 years in the department. A very senior and knowledgeable and brilliant officer. He has won a lot of accolades, being a Samman Patra Award in 2008, 9, and 10 for his outstanding work in audit. He's an expert in audit, and he has a lot of work. I think he joined the Customs Department in 1994. When I was in Customs Audit, he was in Customs Division. And academic qualification-wise, he has done his M.Com and diploma in social work, public relations, and he is also Rajbhasha, his official language, and he's a Joseph, if I am not mistaken. He did his graduation in St. Joseph's College. Today, he is being posted as an authorized officer in Special Economic Zone at Global SEZ at Whitefield. And he's quite senior, and will be promoted as assistant commissioner shortly. And this is the 32nd year of service, 31 years completed. And he's been a regular faculty in GST, and not only in Bangalore, in all across the country, thanks to the online training platform. All NASIN, he's a guest faculty, and he's a wonderful performer in as far as GST audit and central excise audit is concerned. And as I told, his hobbies are stamp collection, that is historical, this one of India, that is philately, and the numismatic collection of coins, and bird watching, ornithology. And he is a well-known person to all the officers for almost 25 years now, because he has excelled himself in the academic. And he has also won a lot of awards in the International Forum, as also Indian Philatelic Society. And in the modern days, collection of stamps has become little because thanks to the due to the digital transactions and all emails. So I think some officer, yeah. Now, with this introduction, I welcome our dear friend and colleague, distinguished colleague, Mr. Vara Prasad, to have the stage is yours. Welcome, Mr. Vara Prasad.
Vasu, I would like to come for 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
I know when we start talking about Vara Prasad, the topic time becomes smaller, and telling about him, it becomes bigger. It will become disproportionate. I am aware of it. I know Vara Prasad and his family very closely. He has done one full day workshop on various aspects, numismatic, philately in NASIN. Plus, he and his wife have also visited Palasamudram and added richness of bird watching, birds. They have almost spotted with other colleagues about 100 birds and documented through Instagram and things like that. He is going to be appearing in at least next 6-7 episodes, because he has got so much to share. The point what I wanted to make is, if somebody wants to be really do things, he can do wonders. The whole family is expert in GST, audit, everything, like any other normal officer, and is in fact above average. At the same time, he has so many hobbies. I always give this family as an example for everyone how you could be active and busy and make life more meaningful. Thank you, Vara Prasad, for joining us and accepting our request. I will leave it to you to take the center
Yes.
stage. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Uh, Sir has told a lot of kind words. I don't know whether I really deserve so much or not. Uh, Today we are talking about philately as a hobby. I think most of us who are there now in this lecture are quite seniors, and we were having philately as a stamp collection as our hobby when we were in. We used to collect lot of stamps, put it in boxes or albums, and just uh, keep it for pleasure. But stamp collection, you can collect anything and everything related to stamps. But philately is a technical term where you collect stamps and other philatelic items on a particular area and do research and make exhibit on a particular area, and you either exhibit in various forums or you can even go for competition. There are two ways of doing things. Okay, so philately is basically a scientific way of collecting and displaying of stamps and other philatelic material. Normally, what do you think when we think of stamp collection? We'll only think of collecting stamps. But there are a lot.
Any help required, Vara Prasad ji?
Vara Prasad, they are offline or some audio issues?
No, probably is uploading a
Ah.
technical team. Whether we have given him presentation role, kindly check up
Yes, sir.
and
It is
guide
there,
him
sir.
to upload his PPT.
I think Kaushik has given, sir. Kaushik, I checked him up when we started the program.
It is
Hello.
there, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are some models. There was some audio issue.
Yeah.
So we collect stamps, first step, as I was saying, lot of things. Now today what I'm going to show you is to make this subject very interesting. I am going to show you postmarks of pre-independent India.
Prasad, any difficulty you are facing?
I'm not able to go to the next slide.
Next slide. You have gone to share. From there you have loaded. That will just roll it. That's the only way. Yeah.
Can you see the DLO thing, dead letter office?
Yes, we are able to see.
See that?
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. So I'm just going to show you a few pre-independence postmarks, which will tell the beauty of our Indian postal system. So one of the aspects in pre-independence philately is more than stamps, except for the first two issues of 1852 and 1854. Later on, stamps are printed in a very quality-wise, and also the printing techniques were very good. So there is not too much study on later postage stamps. Whereas the study is always on 1852, that is the Sinda, and 1854, what we call as the lithograph series. Other than that, the major study in Indian philately where we can know about the postal system and also the what was the economic condition, how people were living is only through the letters and postmarks. So there was the postal system had expanded by 1900 to the entire India throughout the entire Indian subcontinent. So there were post offices everywhere by 1900, and one of the major means of communication was the postal system, because telegram came much later at 1885, and telegram actually spread throughout India only after 1900. And since so postal system was one of the major this thing. So there are a lot of various postmarks, various aspects of postal system. I'll go in various episodes little by little. The first, now I am going to show you a few aspects of postal system. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Vara Prasad, you
Yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So there are a lot of postmarks, varieties of postmarks. Like one of them is a dead letter office. Uh, so when a letter was being sent from one person to another, and uh, if the person is not able to, if the postal department is not able to find out who the person is, there was a separate post office called the dead letter office. The letters used to go to the dead letter office, and there those guys were expert to find out whether who is this person, whether where it has to be delivered. One common example I give everybody is, for example, in Bangalore, in and around Bangalore, there are 5 to 6 Ramgunda Aldis. And imagine 150 years back or 100 years back, when you didn't have a pin code or any such thing, and Krishnappa was a common name. So you send a letter from, say, some other part of the country saying Krishnappa Ramgundalli, Bangalore, then it becomes very difficult. Which Krishnappa, which Ramgundalli, because there are already 6 Ramgundallis. So unless there is a specific any other landmark or any other hobli or anything, it becomes difficult, and the postal department will try to find out where the Krishnappa is. Uh, if they are not able to find out in the first post office, the letter goes to a dead letter office. In the dead letter office, they'll try to find out who the person is, and then they'll deliver the letter to that person itself. The system was very, very accurate and very beautiful. And this particular cover, first cover, what we are seeing, you can see the square postmark called DLO. DLO is Dead Letter Office, Rangoon.
Yeah.
This particular cover, see, if you see, there is a stamp of 1 anna and 6 pies of King George VI. Okay, it started from Devakotai. You can see the red round postmark on the stamp. That's a little dark postmark, round one. It is a Devakotai postmark of 12th July 1939, and it has been received at DLO Rangoon on 4th August 1939. Because it has gone to Rangoon, they have tried to find out who the person is. They are not able to find out. Then it has gone to the dead letter office. And the dead letter office, if you see on the other side of the letter, which I have not shown here, in the red pen, they have written the entire correct address of the person, and the letter has been delivered on 5th August 1939. So there are a lot of covers of dead letter offices. How do I get this cover, or how did I get this cover? Because if a letter goes to a dead letter office, and if they're not able to find out the person after a certain period of time, they destroy the letters as per their rules. But these particular letters or covers, postal covers, what I have got, have been delivered to the people, and those in turn have come to the collectors and have got this cover. The first cover, one more speciality is pre-independence. If you see, there were a lot of countries using Indian stamps. Like Burma was one of the countries up till 1938. Burma was using Indian stamps, and after 1939, Burma had their own stamps. Yeah. Similarly, lot of Gulf countries were using Indian stamps. So collectors collect these areas also. What cover I am showing, we call it as India used in Burma. I'll cover this entire India used in Burma in one more lecture at a different point of time. Now I'm covering more or less various aspects. We'll cover one by one and know Indian history. It's very beautiful. So this cover is basically India used in Burma cover. It has gone from Devakotai to Rangoon through a dead letter office, and finally it has reached its destination. Similarly, there is one more postcard. You can see the postcard. It's a King George V postcard. Again, it is from Kanda Narayana Varam, and it is 29th May 1931. See, you can see there are several postmarks. In between, you can see one a square postmark, that is the dead letter office postmark, and it has traveled to so many post offices. They have tried to send to every post office nearby to find out whether that person is there or not. Finally, they found that person, and the letter has been delivered to this thing, to the respective person. So dead letter office, and there's one more aspect in this dead letter office also. There is some postmarks will get as RLO, return letter office. So it's a common thing, dead letter office and return letter office. There are a lot of collectors who collect this. I also collect basically. They're very because these covers are very difficult to get it, because the number of, if you had say sent around 1,000 letters in those days, might be one or two letters might have this dead letter office, and if it has not reached the person, it have got destroyed in the department also. So this is one beautiful aspect of the Indian postal system those days. Uh, Similarly, we have a C post office postmarks. This again, it's a beautiful story. I'll show the cover and then tell you the story. If you see the first postcard, there's so much to learn from this postcard. If you can see, the first line on the top is a universal postal union. Like we all know World Customs Organization. It's a customs organization for the entire customs uh, uh, departments of the entire world. Similarly, for postal organization, postal departments of the entire world, Universal Postal Union is an world body. So India joined UPU in the year 1876. This particular cover is of 1892. Okay, 1892, India joined UPU in 1876. You can see it's a British India cover. It's a postcard. You can see it is written as postcard, and below that you can see the address only has to be written on this side and not on the other side. And this is a Queen Victoria. There is a stamp, and there is a overprint of 1 anna. There is a surcharge of 1 anna in 1892, and it has gone from India to Switzerland. The beauty of this cover is, if you see, there are 4 postmarks on this cover. Okay, the first one is, you can see on the right side I've shown all the 4 postmarks. The first one is Nipit Bazaar, 25th March 1892, Calcutta. The next postmark, if you go by the dates, date wise, it is Bombay Foreign Post Office, FS Foreign Post Office, March 26th, 1892, where it started in Calcutta in 25th March, whereas the Bombay postmark is 26th March. First thing I want to, if somebody can tell me, see, India got electricity only after 1900, much later. So there was absolutely no electricity. You can't think of any other vehicle. And also, uh, first cycle came to India in 1896 or 1897, if I remember correctly. If any motor vehicle came, it was only after 1900. So electricity also came only after 1900. Vehicles also came only after 1900. How did this letter from 25th March to 26th March travel from Calcutta to Mumbai? Can anybody tell me? Either bullock cart or horse or what else? Hello?
Bird? You are a bird watcher. It could be a dove or such kind of bird. Nalacharitra.
No, sir. No, Indian Railways.
Indian Railways. Great.
Indian Railways started in
Amazing.
1854, 1856 railway started. So there
53.
was railway network in most part of the countries, and even in 1892 the letter traveled within one day from Calcutta to Bombay. That's the beauty of this letter. And then you have one more postmark called C post office. There is one C letter, again March 26, 1892. Okay. So what is this C post office? Now this entire story is about this C post office. Uh, there are a lot of letters going from India, entire Indian subcontinent to Europe, because entire region was ruled by British, and so there's a lot of trade happening between the Europe and also India, and also a lot of other communication was also happening between India and Europe. So huge amount of letters used to go to from India to Europe. So
Ship.
by ships, yeah. So in 1868, the Indian Post Office uh, comes with an agreement with a company called Peninsular and Oriental Steam Navigation Company in 1868. So they come to an agreement with that company, because that company has got ships from Bombay to Europe, basically to Suez and Port Said and Suez in the Suez. When we go from India side, when you enter the Suez Canal, the first is the Suez city, Port Suez, and other end of the Suez Canal is Port Said. So this ship used to go from Suez Canal, from Mumbai to Suez and Port Said, and they had ships from 1869 onwards. The agreement was in 1868 with that company postal department, and ships used to carry letters from 1869 to Port Said. Why 1869 is very important? Can anybody guess?
Gandhi birth took place in that year.
No, not because of
It
Gandhiji's
was first
birth.
war of
Suez,
independence. First war of
no,
independence.
sir. Suez Canal opened in 1869.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, correct. Mhm.
Suez Canal opened in
I am
1869.
a
As
poor
soon as
student of
Suez
history.
Canal So as soon as Suez Canal opened in 1869, just before opening this, India Post had an agreement with this Peninsular and Oriental Steam Navigation Company. They had ships which were going from Bombay to Port Suez and further to Port Said. Similarly, the British postal system had an same with the same company. There were different ships coming from London via touching the southern ports of France, and again coming to Alexandria and Port Said. So the same company, they had a different ships coming from UK up till Port Said, and they used to unload the cargo and letters, everything at Port Said, and those ships used to go back. Similarly, the ships from India, from Bombay, used to go to up to Port Said and unload the thing and get the whatever has to be brought back. They used to get back. What the beauty of this is, whatever these ships this company was operating, there was a post office within the ship. So all the mail that used to go from India to Europe, they used to not sort any of the mail in the post offices in India. They used to put everything in bags, put it into that particular ship, whichever was operated by this company on those particular days. And within the ship, there used to be a post office in the main deck, below the floor where captain used to sit. captains, the main deck, this thing. Now below that there used to be a post office where the letters used to be sorted, and the bottommost part of the storeroom where letters used to be stored. So there used to be postal staff, and there used to be 6 sets of teams which used to sort the mail for various countries because the ship has to travel from Bombay to Port Said. It will take a few days. So in this period of time, daily they used to sort a few bags of mails and put it into the bags of respective countries. And whichever day they used to sort the mail in the ship, on that day they used to put this sea post office postmark. So if you see the here, it has reached Bombay on 26th March, and the same date has gone on the ship, and on the, I think in the first batch itself they have taken this letter. So 26th March only this letter has been sorted in the ship itself. If you can see, there is a letter called C. What is that C? There were 6 batches of 6 teams of staff used to sort the letter. Each team used to be given A, B, C, D, E, F. So this C represents the batch 6, third batch, that is C batch, which has sorted this letter. And from there the letter goes to Port Said. From Port Said it is put onto a different ship, and from that different ship, the letter finally reaches a place called uh, Nuciate in Switzerland. How did a ship go to Switzerland? Can anybody guess by seeing this letter? Is there any hint how it reached that place? Are you able to see the letter?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are able to see.
Yeah, if you see the bottommost part of the letter, there is a word called via Brindisi. Brindisi is a port town in this thing, Italy. So the letters were removed from the ship and uh, deboarded in Brindisi, and from there by road it has reached Switzerland, a place called Luciatal on 11/4/92. So from Calcutta to Switzerland, it has taken 16 days to travel. So this is the beauty of this letter. And again, if you see the postmark of Switzerland, the bottommost part, if you see, it says experimental letter. That means the post office itself was a experimental post office. So they've put the postmark as experimental letter. India also, we have hundreds of experimental post office postmarks. I'll show you once. I got plenty of them. I'll take one session on experimental itself. Why these experimental postmarks are there? Experimental post office. See, even India, we have got so many post offices showing experimental postmarks at various periods of time, last 150 years. What is this experimental post office? Basically is when somebody comes with a proposal, we need a post office in a certain village or certain town due to political pressure, or public themselves want a post office. So postal department will start a post office, and for first 6 months they put the postmark as experimental post office, EXPPO, or experimental letter. So they have a target of certain amount of revenue. If they get that certain amount of revenue, they feel that it is worth running this post office, and it becomes a regular post office. Or if for 6 months there is no certain amount of revenue, they extend it by another 6 months, and again for the entire 1 year they'll give it as an experimental post office. And if there is still no further enough revenue for running a post office, if the revenue is very less, they'll close that post office. So either way, you get that experimental post office postmark for that particular place, either for 6 months or maximum 1 year. That you even now, that experimental postmark sometimes you get in various parts of the India, but pre 1947 there are lots of experimental post offices uh, in India. Similarly, there is one more sea post office postcard. This postcard has come from Great Britain to Pune. You can see it. there's a postcard with uh, King Edward uh, stamp on the postcard. Uh, the postcard says Great Britain and Ireland. Uh, you can see the uh, wordings on the top in English also it is there. The other thing I think is a French thing, carte postale. So it is there. If you see in between the next to the postcard, there is a symbol. In most of those older postcards, pre-independent postcards of any country, if you find, especially Europe, you find this symbol. What do you call this symbol? Any idea? Anybody?
ಯಾವುದು where is that?
Next to the postcard, there is one symbol, red color.
I think Her Majesty.
It is called coat of arms. It is called coat of arms. That's a coat of arms. So again, the post it has started from one place called Slough, Sloughh. There is a postmark here, and it is 1907. And again, it has gone to the ship on 11th August 1907. You can see the sea post office. On 16th August 1907, it has reached Bombay, and again on 17th August 1907 it has reached Pune. So from 30th July to 17th August it has taken 17 days to travel from Great Britain to Pune. So again it is a batch C which has sorted this letter C. You can see this also is a C postmark. In the C post office you can see the letter C. So it's a batch C. I got again this C post office. I've got more than 100, 250 different postal covers. The registered letters also there are missent. Various types of postmarks are there. We'll see that also little later. Similarly, one of the most beautiful aspects of Indian postal system is the railway postmarks. As soon as railway started in 1950s, the first department to use railways is the Indian postal system. So there are varieties and varieties of postmarks available of the Indian railways. So it's a that itself is a great study. A lot of people study Indian railway postmarks only of a certain region or a certain period of time. Uh, so if you can see here, there is a postcard with a rectangle cancellation which says posted in a wrong train. Those days, whatever letters used to be posted, the postal department also was very careful because they didn't want the people to come and fight, telling that we sent the postcard, you didn't send it on time. So there might be the person didn't know, and why it says posted in a wrong train. Can anybody think? I'll go to the post box and post a letter. Then why should be uh, the postal department guys will take the letter, they'll sort it and send it. Why is this question of posted in a wrong train?
I think some of the letters can be directly, if you got very little time, some of the postal articles can be done at the railway station itself. I think if it goes to the wrong train, maybe that is a stamp there. That's my guess.
Yeah. You are correct. Actually, pre-independent trains, whatever were there, every train in the last bogie, where the guard is there, there used to be a post office itself in the train.
Yes.
And there used to be a post box outside the train where you can, in the last bogie, you can go and put a letter. So what would have happened is the person would have gone to the railway station. Instead of putting to a train A, he has put the letter in train B. So the postal department has put a postmark called posted in a wrong train. If you remember, I don't know whether the names have changed or not. When we were young, there used to be called Madras Mail, Bombay Mail. The night trains used to be called as Mail, Bombay Mail, Madras Mail. So those trains used to have a post office, and in those days, within the train itself, the letters used to be even sorted in the post office. It is not just you are going to post the letter in the train in the last bogie. They used to even sort the letter. If you see the postmark, that round postmark, It is we always call in philately it is set postmark. There used to be a lot of again in each train there used to be a couple of teams which used to sort the letters. This set postmark gives the details of which date, which team, which batch it was sorted. And again there is a batch A, B, C, that is a day, first shift, second shift, and night shift kind of a thing. So which batch which has sorted that also gives these set cancellations gives details about that. So there is one more letter which says Ubli railway station. Even in the square postmarks it says Ubli railway station 1904. Can you see which place both these letters belong to? Destination. It is also written in English. See, both these letters are destinated to Tiptur. One of the major, even today, if you have to get the older postal covers in, especially in Karnataka, other than Bangalore, the two major centers where we still get these postal covers is one is Tiptur and another one is Birur. Why Tiptur and Birur?
Maybe railway junctions.
Yeah, both were railway junctions. Other than that,
I think Bombay crossing or something like that may be coming. Delhi.
yeah, the line was from Bangalore to Bombay via Tiptur, Biro. This was the line those days. But one of the even though the line is there, the letters sent to, if you take so many towns are there, the number of letters received and sent other than Bangalore, it used to be Tiptur and Biro, because those two centers were very big business centers. Especially Tiptur was for coconuts. Even those days, huge amount of coconuts and coconut articles used to be sent from Tiptur. There used to be huge number of traders in Tiptur, so they used to get lot of letters from Tiptur, and both sending and receiving in Tiptur. Similarly, Birur. Birur was one of the major, again it was a railway junction, and Birur was a business center for not arecanut or coconut, but
Okay.
for teakwood. All the railway sleepers, if you are below the track, you used to see those huge logs. No? All those logs used to be supplied from Birur, from our Western Ghats. So there are a lot of traders in Birur who used to do this business of railway sleepers, and so lot of letters even today you get from these two towns, where you can see Tiptur and Birur. They were a major centers of trade before 1900. Even now it is there, but compared to other towns, those days these two centers were having huge amount of trade and letters being sent. Similarly, you have one more railway mail cancellation. RMS is railway mail service. There is one more postmark of railway mail service. It's a East India postmark. There is one more East India postcard with a tree. T is a train cancellation. Similarly, we have some more postmarks of railway mail. It's called too late cancellations. There are variety of postmarks available on too late cancellation. If you see, this one is square, one is so many different shapes of too late are there. So why this too late cancellation? All again, this too late was given by the Indian Railways, Postal Department, because there used to be one or two trains from a particular place in a week or a say month or a fortnight, whatever it is, and there used to be a cut-off time. If the train is at 4 o'clock, the sorting and everything happens by 2 o'clock. Any letter posted after 2 o'clock, it has to be posted in the train itself. You cannot post somewhere in nearby post office, and if it is posted anywhere in nearby post office, say 2 o'clock would have been the cut-off time. And after 2 o'clock, if you post also, it will train whichever is there after a week or 10 days, whenever it is there. So assuming somebody puts a letter at 3 o'clock, the train is at 4 o'clock. tomorrow you should not fight telling that I put the letter at 3 o'clock, you did not take. So to avoid this thing, they used to put this too late cancellation, telling that your letter is too late for this particular train, it will go only in the next train. So this the postmarks is such beautiful postmarks are there, too late. Similarly, India, which is the first country to carry mail in the air by air.
Krishnan?
But
In,
we have seen Tata taking mailbox, that we know very well. I don't know which is the first country.
India is the first country to carry mail
Germany.
in air in the world.
Germany.
In
Great.
1911, 6th May 1911, India is the first country to carry letters in by air from Allahabad to Naini. There's a town around 50 kilometers or 40 kilometers from Allahabad. It's called Naini. Aeroplane took Postal Department organized an aeroplane to take letters from Allahabad to Naini in 1911. So India is the first country to carry letters in air in the entire world. Those covers are very expensive now because around 2000 covers or something was flown in that first flight. So it was very expensive. Other than that, also there's lot of various varieties of airmail postmarks. Like if you can see one of them, I put an arrow mark. It says aerodrome. Uh, there is one more postmark below which says a Delhi airport. Okay, that it also says batch number, everything. Okay,
Vara Prasad, can I intervene
sir.
for a while?
Yes,
Have you
sir.
done any stamps collection? We will go to that. That will be more interesting, where you can reveal us the history, because we have only another 10 minutes to cover.
No, no, I'll come to stamps particularly in the next time because we are talking about Indian history.
Okay.
I want to just show the varieties of postmarks in India. Stamps I got separate thing. I'll come to that.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yes, sir. Because since you asked me this question, I'll take up a couple of minutes. See, in stamp collection, you have various aspects of stamp collection. You have one main, two main areas is traditional philately and thematic collections. Thematic collections, if you see the stamps of various subjects like birds, animals, or whatever you can think of, it all started only after 1880, 1890 onwards, purely only after 1900. Before 1900, most of the countries which issued stamps had only either the picture of their king or queen. So we also call this stamps of before 1900 as a classical era, and it is also called as traditional philately. In traditional philately, we have various subgroups kind of a thing where people collect only stamps and try to find out what are the errors in the stamps, what are the various variations in the stamps, and also the people collect postal stationery, unused postal stationery like first day covers, these postcards, postal covers, because so many varieties of postal stationery was issued, so people collect that. And third aspect is post history, where you collect these postmarks and make a study out of a particular aspect of post, like sea post office or railway mail, air mail, all these things. So there are three main areas. One is stamps, one is stationery, and third is the postmarks. Other than that, one of the major areas which everybody collects and which is exciting is the thematic, where you can collect stamps of any subject on earth. It is your interest. If somebody is interested in cricket, you can start collecting stamps on cricket up till whatever age you want and make an exhibit out of it, beautiful exhibit. You can collect on anything. I always give an example of one Mr. Subbarao. He's around 90 years now. He started collecting stamps on bald heads, and he made such a beautiful collection because he got not various aspects of baldness issued through stamp collection, and he, at the national level he won a gold medal. So why I'm telling this example is there is no dearth of subjects for stamp collection. Anybody with any kind of interest, dance, music, art, birds, animals, you can think of any subject, you can collect stamps, sports. Uh, so that is thematic collection. Other than that, you have got aerophilately, astrophilately, balloon mail. So like that we have a lot of other subjects, and uh, in exhibitions we compete for competitions. So each frame has got 16 sheets. Minimum is 3 frames to 5 frames. That is 48 sheets to 80 sheets. Because it becomes difficult, like our from test match we came to one day match, we came to T20. Similarly in philately, now for last couple of decades we have a one frame exhibition, that is basically you have a 16 A4 sheets. You have to tell your entire story. Say if somebody is collecting on peacock, you have to tell the entire story of peacock only through one frame exhibition, that is 16 sheets. Otherwise, you go for a regular exhibit, you can go up till 5 frames, that is 80 sheets. You can tell your entire story through stamps. So thematic is basically you're telling a story of any subject through stamps and other philatelic material. So there are other aspects also. I told aerophilately, astrophilately. Uh, so that it is there. So I'll come to some other aspects little later. Now, since I've prepared only for this, I wanted to show various aspects of India through philately. So I'm trying to show this. Uh, so we have registered letters. When did registration start? Registration start as soon as postal system started. Uh, the first postage stamp of the world started in the year 1840. Till 1840, there was no postage stamp. If you can see this particular cover, there is one black color postmark, postage stamp. If you can see my arrow, this is the first postage stamp of the world, which is called as the penny black, issued by Great Britain. Uh, this is a Great Britain stamp. If you see the stamps of any country of the world, you have the country name, except Great Britain. Great Britain has the bust of either the king or queen, because they were the first country to issue postage stamp. So they were allowed not to use their country name, only the bust of the king or queen. So Great Britain is the first country to issue postage stamp in 1840. We, on a localized basis, it is called Sinda, issued postage stamp in 1852 in the province of Sindh, and it was there for a short period of time. That's a big story by itself. I'll come to that also later. And again, for a entire country, we started in 1854. It is called as the lithograph series, because the printing was done in the lithograph technique. It's called as a lithograph series. Half anna, 1 anna, 2 annas, and 4 annas. 4 stamps were issued in 1854. Uh, and after that, lot of countries issued. Almost every country started issuing postage stamps further, and now almost every country issues postage stamp. So that's a brief history of postage. See, again you can see the registration postmarks. There is a wax postmark also, which is here on this, and there is a registered letter with franking. You can see the franking. It's from Madras GPO, 1944, 14th April 1944. Franking started in the entire world in the year 1919 in New Zealand. New Zealand is the first country to start franking in 1919. India started franking in 1922. So franking, I got franking from 1925 onwards. First couple of years I'm missing. Uh, First, up till 1929, the franking was in black color. Later on, it became red color. So you can see the franking. It's very popular for because franking is done basically by a machine. I think you would have seen in our office also earlier. I don't know whether it is there or not. Earlier it was there in head office. We used to do the send the letters using franking. So if
It
you
is
can
there
see this,
still.
It is still there, sir.
sir.
Still there.
Yes, yes, it is there.
Okay, sir. So franking is again a huge area. one of my main research areas is franking. I got a very good collection. Won several awards for my franking collection also. You can see this letter. It is a registered letter. It has gone from Madras GPO to Pudukkottai state. It is pre-independence 1944. Why Pudukkottai state? Any idea?
Yes, Vara Prasad, during those days, we had several princely states, and
Yes, sir.
Pudukkottai was ruled by Chettiars, that is Ramanathapuram district. So later on, it
Yes,
became
sir.
unified with the state. That is why we have a Pudukkottai state or Mysore state like that. Then, like that, later on, after independence, everything was merged into this one.
Yes, yes, you are perfectly correct, sir. In South India, after 1900, we had only, I think, if I am correct, six princely states. North India, there are
Yes.
plenty of them. South India, there was six princely states or native state. This thing. One of them is Travancore, Cochin.
Yes.
And the British had categorized these princely states into a couple of categories. Whoever were very good with them, they allowed them to have their own stamps and coins.
Yes.
Whoever not very good with them, they said nothing doing. You have to use the British India coins and stamps. Similarly, if you go to Travancore, Cochin, they had both their stamps and coins. Till the independence, they had their own coins, they had postal system, they had postal stationery, everything. No, whereas they didn't allow Mysore. Mysore didn't have. Mysore had coins much earlier, before 1900. That was in a very small scale. And similarly, they had a postal system called Mysore and Che postal system, and that also ended in 1888 or something. It was started by Chikkadeva Raja Odiyar in uh, Mysore and Che was started by Chikkadeva Raja Odiyar in 1672.
Much.
1672 started in 1880s. It ended. There was a separate postal system for the entire Mysore region, but there were no stamps. There were only postmarks uh, on the letters. Uh, so after 1890s, it was only the British India coins and British India postal system that Mysore region was also using. Similarly, there was princely state of Hyderabad. They had their own coins, they had their own stamps, they had their own currency, everything. That postal system, everything. Other than that, there was one more small princely state in Karnataka during that time, that was Sandur near Bellary. But they were not allowed any coins nor stamps or postal system. They all, even though it was a princely state, they were having their own. They used to use only British India coins or postal system. Similarly, there was one more princely state in Andhra Pradesh. We all know this Banganpalli mangoes. Banganpalli
Yes.
was also a princely state, very small princely state. They again they used only the British India coins and postal system. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu, it was 2,400 square kilometers. That is around 50 kilometers by 50 kilometers area. Is this Pudukkottai state? Pudukkottai state, the beauty of Pudukkottai state was within Pudukkottai state, that the 50 kilometers area, they had their own Pudukkottai postal system. I have got beautiful collection of that Pudukkottai postal system. One day I'll
That.
show you that thing of that covers and all those things of Pudukkottai state postal system. But
Yes.
this Pudukkottai state, if they had said to send letters outside the Pudukkottai state, they had to use the British India postal system. So if you see this
Friends,
letter, it has come from Madras to Pudukkottai state, and if you see the person's name, it is Shri P.V. Raman Chettiar, ESQ. Uh, this is basically the entire Chettinad belt where Chettiars, they were called Natukoti Chettiars. They were basically traders, more importantly bankers. They were operating in the entire southern part of Tamil Nadu, Burma, Malaysia, Singapore, Sri Lanka. So they were very huge businessmen. They had a lot of business. Uh, So this is a registered letter of Pudukkottai state. Shall I continue or what?
Vara
I
Prasad,
think time is up.
yeah.
You have explained
Maybe
how from
there is
chicken
a-
to e-post we have evolved. Vasu will further guide.
Yeah, that is a very, very interesting presentation by Vara Prasad. And of course, we will be spilling it over to the next sessions all regarding further regarding the stamps. It is a very, very interesting subject, Vara Prasad. So it's almost 8:35 now. And anybody, any participants, any viewers would like to ask any questions?
Now, if Vara Prasad can conclude a little, make it faster, that would be better. Otherwise, it becomes abrupt ending.
Right, any?
Again, this one more letter of another 5 minutes, sir. I'll try to show
Yeah,
one or
please,
two
please.
aspects. We will continue next time, sir. Again, this is again one more letter of Pudukkottai state. If you see the both the letters, like P.V. Raman Chettiar ESQ and P.V.R.M. Kundalayan Chettiar ESQ. What is this ESQ?
Pardon?
Any idea? End of the name, they put the letter
Spoil.
ESQ.
Landlord.
Yeah, correct. Yes, you
Spoil.
are absolutely correct. Now, how we put Mr. or Mrs. in front of the letter, they used to put this ESQ at the end of the name. So, uh, uh, I one sometime I'll show you even the contents of these letters also. One of the letters you can see that this one of the Chettiars had invested 1 lakh rupees in one of the bank in Mumbai. I think 1 lakh is such a huge amount.
Yes.
Okay, so uh, there are special
And the
cancellations.
previous,
I'll not take this special cancellation.
and the previous letter was
Just
with
one more aspect.
Rajagopalachari. The previous letter was with
Hello.
addressed to Rajagopalachari.
Just one more aspect I'll conclude because we need time. There is one more area of collection called balloon flight. You can see that one of the earliest balloon flight that happened was in Bangalore itself in 1963. This is one of the very rare covers and a beautiful cover,
That's great.
which from Kantirava Stadium to Tipgonnalli, a balloon carried mail in 1963
Very
as part of
interesting.
SOS
Very interesting.
as part of SOS Children's Village program. It's a German NGO. They conduct. They have got lot of schools also on Banargata Road. They have got one school, SOS Children's Village. So as part of that, in 1963, this letter was flown from Katirava Stadium to Tipgunalli, and you can see the signatures of both the pilots who operated this hot air balloon.
Balloons.
So hot air balloon collection itself is a huge area. I think I will stop here now because post history still more covers I have got in this itself, in this PPT itself. Since we have already 8:35, I think some other time
Varaprasad,
I'll wrap.
the entire
Yes,
thing
sir.
is a very interesting thing, and I'm sure everyone has enjoyed it. You have wealth of knowledge and information material. Maybe we can plan one exhibition sometime from you, so that
Yes, sir.
everybody will get
Yes, sir.
benefited. I request you whenever you speak about stamps next time. Quickly, you can cover,
Yes, sir.
continue this, and you can do it. Okay. And we would like to
Yes, sir.
keep this session within 45 minutes plus 15 minutes generally.
Yes.
One more thing I would like to mention here is we have a YouTube channel where these sessions will be edited and placed there so that others can always visit as a reference and listen to your speeches. Over a period, it should become a repository of lot of knowledge. So I request all the participants to see that as many people as possible subscribe to that YouTube channel. We have already circulated widely. Thank you for the team to conclude.
I think Rajinikanth
Now we, Rajnikant, invite Rajnikant.
Good evening.
Sort of thanks.
Good evening. Good evening, my dear participants. So we have learned a lot of things on philately today, and Vara Prasad has got treasure of such things. He is not only treasure of physical possession, his knowledge is also great in this aspect. And there are it should be series of lectures should be there from Vara Prasad, because subject is too vast. So thank you, Vara Prasad. And I think Vara Prasad, I know him very well. I think his wife's contribution is also there in this, and I thank her also, because so she was also telling, so she was collecting cards and other things. And there is one more thing about their family is, even today they are in touch with people by writing postal letters, postal cards, etc. Even my daughter will be receiving one such postal cards from his wife, Reshma. So thank you, Vara Prasad. Thank you very much, and we will hope to have more and more sessions like this. So please keep enriching us like this. So I thank all the participants, and it is so it is really, I think there are more number of participants who have participated today. So I once again take this opportunity to thank you one and all, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to thank you. Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasad.
Anyone else wants to comment? Any other participants? Otherwise, it is for Vasu or Kodanram to come.
Vara Prasad, you have shown one letter addressed to C. Rajagopalachari, Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, who was the second Governor General of Independent India. Letters addressed to him, Alvarpet address, Sri Ram Nagar, Chennai 18, Madras 18.
Okay.
C. Rajagopalachari is the second Governor General of Independent India. He was
Yeah, I
staying
know.
in Sri Ram
Yeah, yeah.
Nagar, which is next to my uncle's house in Alvarpet. That uncle's house is still there. So Rajagopalachari family, the Chakravarti family title.
This information I also didn't know.
Yeah. C. Rajagopalachari.
Yeah, I know, but the other information of the location I didn't know.
Chakravarti Rajagopalachari.
Thank you.
That's straight. It was nice. Thank you.
Okay, we must thank Vara Prasad formally, Kodanram or Vasu.
Yes, sir. So I take this opportunity on behalf of all the members of Samprabha. Heartfelt thanks to our friend, dear friend Vara Prasad. This involves a lot of interest, because over a period of time, it doesn't happen over. It's a long lifetime collection of stamps, because nowadays communication is so fast, only on WhatsApp and other things. Going back to that old era brings a lot of sweet, fond memories, and also historical importance. So that is a very great subject, and I thank you once again. As Narayan Swami sir said, we will have a exhibition sort of thing organized by our Samprabha forum, so that younger generation can appreciate the historical importance of this stamps and also the philately. Thank you so much, Vara Prasad.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next week we are going to have a session by one Mr. Bibas Sharan on drug abuse related. I request even the widely kindly circulate it. It's not just for the department people, it's for everybody in the society. Particularly we should encourage the teenage children, parents to attend, because that has become a nuisance now.
Very big challenge.
Thank you all and good night.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir.